let's talk about that for a minute. And I think it's a really good point. Punchiness in a monitoring setup is, you don't want to actually maximize it. You need some even amount of it. I'm kind of talking out of my ass because I don't.
Well,
I don't
you
know
need
exactly
maximum. You need maximum power to the drivers in the speaker all the time. So when you turn the speakers down, they still sound punchy. That's power.
Yeah.
That's wattage.
That's where the higher quality of monitoring really matters, is an evenness across the amount of volume, because the power amp and the relationship is really good.
The marriage of the two is really important. That's something that we don't really talk about a lot. I'm not really versed in it enough to talk expertly about it.
We're going to have the unfuck guys on here, and
I would write that down and bring that up. The relationship of the power amp to the drivers is really important, and that was the most noticeable thing about my upgrade to PMC, specifically to my super high end system of the MB3s, the XBDs. That's when I really heard it. Was at the lowest volume you can hear music in my studio. The drums, I can still hear punch. And that was the reason why I even said yes to this system at the price point. It was that, because I was like, that's what I need to hear. I need to hear that level of punch and detail at the lowest volume possible to check my balances. And PMC's really nailed that.
I think I've heard a lot of monitors over the years which have an extended low end but lack punch. And there's something about the speed of the the actual driver, the cone or whatever it is, like the woofer moving, where I had Adam A7Xs for a while, and sometimes with the sub, and they were like they sounded fine, but what I realized, they had two little vents in them, two little ports, and when you plug those ports, the speakers got punchy because the woofer didn't have as much room to sort of wobble, and that made things sound punchier. So not that people need to do exactly that or anything like that, but just your monitoring setup can also be punchy or not punchy. Something like NS10s are sort of only punch. They don't really have extended low end, extended high end, but people can get used to those all. Anyway, all right.
Thanks for watching. Just a reminder, all of this content is free. There's no secret knowledge here. We don't have sponsors. We don't run ads. We don't have a Patreon. All that we ask in return is that you share it with somebody. Thanks.